Hey everyone, welcome back for another deep dive with us. This time we're going to be looking at something pretty cool.
Okay.
Time capsules.
Woo, time capsules.
Yeah, it's not just about, like burying a bunch of old stuff.
Right.
It's about capturing a piece of like our lives right now.
Yes.
And preserving it for future discovery. It's like sending a message.
I like that.
In a bottle, but through time.
It really is, and it's fascinating how that impulse to like preserve memories and share them with future generations is like so deeply ingrained in us.
Yeah.
Even think about ancient tombs filled with like possessions for the afterlife.
Oh, yeah.
Those were basically time capsules too.
Totally.
We've always wanted to kind of preserve who we are for future generations.
It's so interesting, and we've got a ton of sources for this deep dive.
Oh, cool.
We've got websites full of tips on how to create your own time capsule.
Okay.
Articles chronicling famous historical ones.
Really?
Even blog posts from families who have like made it a tradition.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So what are we going to do with all this information?
We're going to take all this and kind of distill it down.
All right.
To equip you with everything you need to know.
Okay.
To create your own time capsule.
Right.
Whether it's like a simple shoebox.
Yeah.
For your kids to open in a few years. Or something a bit more ambitious.
Right.
Yeah. And we'll also be talking about how Capsulora fits into all of this.
Okay. Yeah, that online time capsule community.
Exactly. For those folks who aren't quite ready to commit to the whole digging a hole in the backyard thing.
Well, let's start with the basics then.
Yeah.
Anyone who's ever like stumbled upon a box of old photos, knows that immediate rush of memories and emotions that comes flooding back.
Totally.
It's like being transported back to that moment in time.
I know. It's so powerful. I was just cleaning out my garage the other day, and I found a box of my old toys from like the 90s.
Oh, wow.
Talk about nostalgia overload.
Yeah.
And it just made me realize how powerful those like tangible connections to our past can be.
For sure.
Why?
And a time capsule is essentially a more intentional version of that.
Okay.
It's about curating a collection of items that represent a specific moment in time, whether it's your family life, a record of current events, or even just your favorite things.
Totally.
So where do we even begin?
Well, according to all of our sources, choosing the right container is crucial.
Okay.
It's like picking the right outfit for a first date.
Ooh, I like that.
Right.
Yeah.
You want to make a good first impression.
For sure.
So just like with outfits.
Yeah.
There are different containers for different occasions.
Okay.
A simple shoebox might be perfect for a short-term indoor time capsule. Maybe something you create with your kids to open in a few years.
Yeah.
But if you're thinking more long-term, like something you want to bury for future generations.
Okay.
You're going to need something much sturdier.
Right.
Some of these websites suggest stainless steel or heavy-duty plastic.
Okay.
For maximum durability.
Yeah. And don't forget to think about where you're storing it.
Oh, right.
Like a damp basement is going to require a much different container than a dry attic.
Totally.
The last thing you want is to open your capsule years later only to find a soggy mess.
Oh, that would be devastating. Can you imagine?
Oh, totally.
You spend all this time carefully selecting all this stuff, and then you open it up, and it's just ruined.
Ugh, yeah, totally ruined by moisture.
I know. Talk about a time capsule fail.
Major fail.
Huge fail.
And it's not just about the container either.
Oh, wow.
The materials you use for the items inside are just as important.
Okay.
One article we read highlighted this concept of archival quality.
Okay.
Turns out not all paper and ink are created equal.
Okay, so like what's the difference?
Well, archival quality materials are designed to resist fading, yellowing, and deterioration over time.
Okay.
They're made with acid-free and lignin-free materials.
Got it.
Which are basically like the enemies of long-lasting paper.
So it's all about using materials that can stand the test of time.
Exactly.
Just like the container itself.
Exactly.
Okay, now let's talk about what to actually put inside these capsules.
Yes, the fun part.
I know, right? Photos and letters are obvious choices.
Of course, yeah.
But our sources are like bursting with creative ideas.
Okay, let's hear them.
That go way beyond the basics.
All right, I'm excited.
Me too.
So tell me.
Okay, so one source suggested including everyday objects that might seem mundane now, but could be fascinating relics of the past in the future.
Ooh, I like that.
Right.
Yeah, like what?
Like a grocery store receipt, a bus ticket, things like that.
I like it.
So everyday items that could one day be like historical artifacts, offering a glimpse into like the cost of living and daily routines of our era.
It's amazing to think about.
I know. It's so cool.
Yeah.
Okay, and then another source suggested including a playlist.
Ooh, a playlist.
Of our current favorite songs.
Okay.
Or a list of like top grossing movies of the year.
That's a good idea.
It would be fascinating to look back and see how like tastes and trends have evolved over time.
Totally.
Right? Like imagine digging up your capsule years from now and being like, wow, people actually listened to that.
I know, right? I can't wait to cringe at my past self's musical choices.
Me too.
Yeah.
And then another big thing we have to think about is digital memories.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Right.
Because these days, so many of our memories are stored on phones, computers, and in the cloud.
I know. I have thousands of photos on my phone.
Right.
I don't even know where to begin with backing them up.
Yeah, it's tough.
And preserving them for the long haul.
Right. And one of our sources mentioned cloud storage.
Yeah.
But they also talked about the risks involved.
Oh, yeah. Like, what if that company goes out of business?
Yeah, exactly.
Or changes their terms of service?
Exactly. All those precious memories could just vanish.
I know. Poof. Gone.
Yeah. So it's super important to have multiple backup options.
Right.
Like external hard drives are a good solution.
Yeah.
And also printing physical copies of your most important photos.
It's a good idea.
I should do that.
Yeah, I think we all should.
All right, so we've talked about the basics of time capsules, like what to make them out of and how to store them.
Yeah, the logistics.
But now let's dive into the fun stuff.
Yes.
What to actually put inside.
The good stuff. Okay.
Yes.
Say we're creating a family time capsule.
Okay, family time capsule.
What are some absolute must-haves to really capture our family?
Ooh, okay.
Like right now, in this moment.
Well, you gotta have photos, of course.
Yeah, photos are classic.
But let's think beyond like the posed family portraits.
Okay, yeah.
What about candid shots that capture everyday moments?
Ooh, I love that.
Yeah.
Like a picture of the kids building a fort in the living room.
Yes.
Or like everyone gathered around the table for like a messy pancake breakfast.
Exactly. Those are the memories that like really bring your family to life.
Totally. And I think it'd be fun to like have each family member write a little description of their favorite family activity or tradition.
Oh, I love that.
Because years from now, it'll be so fun to read about all those simple things that brought us together, like our annual summer camping trip or even just our weekly movie nights.
Oh, I love it.
Those are the little things that I think really shape our family's identity.
I agree.
And what about those like funny little details that make our family unique?
Yes. You have to include the
other inside jokes or like our silly nicknames.
Yeah, or maybe a tradition that's been passed down through generations.
Write it all down. It just adds so much personality to your time capsule.
And who knows, maybe those inside jokes will still be funny years from now.
I hope so. Okay, and for a touch of sentimentality.
Okay.
Let's talk about handwritten letters.
Ooh, letters.
Yeah, we mentioned like letters to our future selves. But what about writing letters to each other?
Oh, that's beautiful. I love that.
Yeah, like imagine your children reading a letter from you years from now.
Oh, my God.
Full of like words of encouragement.
Yeah.
Maybe some embarrassing parental advice.
Yeah.
But most importantly, just like overflowing with love.
Ah, that's so sweet.
And siblings can write to each other, too.
Oh, yeah.
And it'd be so interesting to see how their relationship evolves over time.
Will they still be teasing each other?
Yeah.
Will they be reminiscing about shared childhood adventures?
I know. It's so fun to think about.
So many possibilities.
It really captures the dynamic of your family.
Yeah.
Like right now in this moment.
Love it.
Okay, let's brainstorm some more fun and unique items to include.
All right. I'm ready.
One source suggested like putting together a top 10 list.
Okay, top 10.
Of current pop culture trends.
Ooh, pop culture trends.
Yeah, like what music are we listening to?
Yes.
What movies are we watching?
Yeah, what are the hottest video games?
Exactly. Imagine opening that up years from now and being like, what?
I know. I can't wait to be baffled by my past self's taste.
And speaking of blasts from the past, what about including some small everyday items that might seem totally mundane now, but could be like fascinating relics in the future?
I like it.
So things like a movie ticket stub,
a bus
pass, or even a receipt from your favorite coffee shop.
It's amazing how, like, those little everyday objects can offer a glimpse into, like, the cost of living and the daily routines of the past.
I know. Imagine future historians trying to piece together our lives based on a crumpled up Starbucks receipt.
It's crazy to think about.
I know. Okay, what about this one?
Okay.
Include a small toy or trinket that represents something you loved as a child.
Oh, that's cute. I like that.
A little piece of your own childhood.
Yeah.
Going into the time capsule.
It's like sharing a part of your own history.
I know. It's so fun.
With future generations.
It could be like your favorite action figure.
Yeah.
A well-worn teddy bear. Mm-hmm. Or even like a pack of those collectible cards.
Oh, the nostalgia.
That were all the rage back in the day.
It's a good reminder that, like, even though time marches on, the things that brought us joy as children still hold a special place in our hearts.
Exactly. Okay, I've got another fun one.
Okay, hit me.
How about a mini fashion show?
A fashion show?
Yeah, inside the time capsule. Mm-hmm. Like, include swatches of fabric.
Okay.
Or, like, photos of current fashion trends.
Oh, my gosh. Imagine digging that up years from now and being like, people actually wore that.
What were we thinking?
I know. That's so funny.
It would be so funny.
Yeah. It's a great way to document how style changes over time.
Totally. Okay, and then thinking about technology.
Okay, technology.
One source recommended including a USB drive.
Okay, a USB drive.
Loaded with, like, digital content, like photos, videos, music files, even documents or creative writing projects.
That's a good one.
That way you're preserving all those digital memories.
Yeah.
And making sure they're accessible to future generations.
Yeah, because who knows what technology is going to be like in the future.
Exactly. And just make sure the USB drive is high quality.
Right.
And that you store it properly.
Yeah, you don't want those precious files getting corrupted.
No digital dust.
No digital dust.
Okay, I have another one.
Okay.
A list of current global issues.
Ooh.
Or challenges facing the world.
Okay, like what kind of things?
Like climate change.
Okay.
Political conflicts. Social justice movements.
Yeah.
Technological advancements. Even the latest viral internet trends.
Okay, so basically anything and everything.
Yeah. A little snapshot of, like, what the world is like right now.
It's like capturing the zeitgeist of our era.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's a way to show future generations, like, what we were grappling with, what we were passionate about, and what we hope to change.
It's a good reminder that history is constantly unfolding.
Totally.
And we're all a part of this larger narrative that extends beyond our own lives.
So we've got a ton of ideas for what to put in our time capsule.
Yes, tons of ideas.
But how do we make it truly unique and memorable?
Well, one of the most important things is to involve everyone in the process.
It's not just about stuffing a bunch of stuff in a box and burying it.
Exactly. It's about, like, sharing memories, telling stories, and creating something that truly reflects the heart and soul of your family or community.
It's about turning the creation of the time capsule into a family event.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to get creative with the presentation. Decorate the container. Create a theme.
Ooh, fun.
Add labels or captions. Maybe even write a little introduction explaining the purpose of the time capsule and who created it.
Imagine finding a beautifully decorated time capsule.
I know.
Years from now.
Like a little museum exhibit.
That would make the discovery even more special.
Right. It's all about adding those little personal touches that make your time capsule truly unique.
I love it.
And remember, there are no right or wrong answers.
Yeah.
Just opportunities to express your creativity and share your story for the future.
Love it. Okay, so are there things we should avoid?
Yes, definitely.
Putting in our time capsule?
Absolutely.
I know you mentioned perishable food items.
Perishable food is a big no-no.
But are there any other, like, big no-nos?
Yeah, anything that could degrade or damage other items in the capsule.
So, like, liquids?
Yeah, liquids are bad.
Batteries?
Batteries are bad. Candles are bad. Anything that could potentially leak or explode.
We don't want our time capsule turning into, like, a hazardous waste dump.
No, we don't. And what about items that are irreplaceable?
Oh, yeah, good point.
Or have sentimental value.
Yeah, because I would be heartbroken if something got, like, damaged.
Yeah, I totally get that.
Inside the time capsule.
So for those really special items, maybe consider creating a separate, like, memory box.
Okay. A memory
for safekeeping.
Okay.
Because a time capsule is more about capturing a snapshot of your life and times.
Yeah.
Whereas a memory box is for preserving those truly irreplaceable treasures.
Got it. Okay. I'm taking notes.
Good.
All right, now let's talk about sealing and storing our time capsule.
Important step.
What are some best practices to ensure its longevity?
Well, once you've got all your items packed, make sure it's properly sealed to prevent moisture damage.
Right.
So you can use like a high-quality sealant tape.
Okay.
Or even a vacuum sealer to create an airtight environment.
And for extra protection?
Yeah.
I read that you should wrap the whole container in a layer of plastic wrap.
Good idea.
Or put it inside a sturdy plastic bag.
Especially if you're burying it.
Yes, especially if you're burying it.
And speaking of burial, it's important to choose a location that's safe, dry, and unlikely to be disturbed.
Like near a tree.
Oh, yeah, near a tree is a good idea.
Or a landmark.
Yeah, a landmark.
Something that will help you or future generations.
Yeah.
Locate the capsule years from now.
Good thinking.
And whether you bury it or store it indoors, make sure you document the location.
Yes. So super important.
Take photos.
Yeah.
Write down the GPS coordinates. Draw a map.
Yes.
Maybe even leave a written record with like a trusted family member or friend.
Good idea.
We don't want our time capsule to get lost.
No.
To the sands of time.
Imagine that.
I know. Turning into like an accidental archaeological mystery.
Well, yeah, you don't want that.
For future generations to solve.
Exactly.
Okay, before we move on to the final part of our deep dive, I just want to take a moment to reflect on the power of memory. And the impact that time capsules can have, both on a personal level and a societal level.
I agree.
You know, creating a time capsule, it's more than just a fun project. It's an act of love.
Yeah.
It's a way to preserve our most cherished moments.
Yes.
And to share them with the people we care about most.
It's about connecting with the past, the present, and the future.
I love that.
And leaving a legacy that will resonate for generations to come.
Beautifully said. And on that note, we'll continue our exploration of time capsules in the final part of our deep dive.
Can't wait.
We're going to delve into some real-life examples of these fascinating time travelers.
Yeah.
From ancient tombs to modern-day digital archives.
All right.
Stay tuned. All right, so we're back, and we're ready to explore some real-life time capsules.
Yeah, this is where it gets really interesting.
I know, right? We've talked about the, like, hows and whys of creating time capsules.
That's in nuts and bolts.
Yeah, exactly. But now let's see them in action.
Right, because time capsules, they offer a unique window into the lives and values of those who came before us.
Totally. It's like stepping back in time.
Exactly.
It's amazing to think that, like, a simple shoebox filled with trinkets can hold so much history.
I know, and emotion.
I know, and emotion, yeah.
It's powerful.
Like, who hasn't stumbled upon a box of old family photos or letters and felt like instantly connected to the past?
Totally. And those personal time capsules, they're incredibly valuable to families, obviously.
Of course, yeah.
But they're just the tip of the iceberg.
Okay.
Our research uncovered some truly remarkable examples of time capsules that were intentionally designed to bridge the gap between centuries.
Wow.
Even millennia?
Okay, I am ready for some mind-blowing time capsule tales.
Okay, get ready.
Hit me with it.
One that immediately comes to mind is the Crypt of Civilization.
The Crypt of Civilization.
Yeah, have you heard of this?
I think so.
It was sealed in 1940 at Oglethorpe University in Georgia. This was a massive undertaking, envisioned by a professor named Thornwell Jacobs. And basically, it's this huge underground chamber filled with artifacts, documents, recordings, all designed to provide a snapshot of 20th century life.
For future generations.
For future generations, exactly.
So it's like a museum of our civilization.
Yes.
Preserved for like thousands of years.
That's the idea.
That is wild. Okay, so what did they put in there?
Oh, they put all sorts of stuff in there. Everyday objects like clothing, tools, toys, but also cultural artifacts like art, music literature.
Wow.
They even included microfilms.
Little films.
Yeah, of over 640,000 pages of books.
What?
Covering everything from history and science to philosophy and religion.
They really thought of everything.
They really did.
It makes you wonder what those future historians are going to think.
I know.
When they open it up in 8113.
What will they think of our smartphones?
I know. Or social media.
I know.
Or even just the concept of fast food.
Oh my gosh, they're going to be so confused.
Right.
It's mind-boggling to think about.
Okay, what about this one?
Okay.
The Westinghouse time capsules.
Ah, yes. Huh? The Westinghouse time capsules.
I remember reading about those.
These were buried at the 1939 and 1964 New York World's Fairs.
Oh, yeah, the World's Fairs.
Yeah, those were like huge celebrations of human ingenuity and innovation.
Exactly. Okay, so what's in those time capsules?
Well, they're like miniature time machines filled with items that represent the cutting edge of their time.
Oh, cool.
You've got everyday things like a toothbrush.
A toothbrush?
A pack of cigarettes.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
But also like a copy of the Bible.
Wow.
And even a message from Albert Einstein.
What?
Yeah.
That is wild. Okay, so it's a real mix of like the mundane and the extraordinary.
Totally. And it's not just about the items themselves. It's about the stories they tell.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine being an archaeologist in the future, unearthing one of these capsules.
And piecing together like the puzzle of our past.
Exactly. It would be incredible.
It would be like holding a tangible piece of history.
I know.
Like a direct link to the people who lived in a world that's long gone.
It gives me chills just thinking about it.
Me too. It highlights just how powerful time capsules can be for helping us understand the past.
Absolutely. They're dynamic tools for historical research and exploration.
Just like a perspective you can't get from textbooks.
Exactly.
Or museums.
It's like stepping into a time machine and experiencing history firsthand.
Okay, so we've talked about these grand historical projects.
Right, the big ones.
But what about more personal ones?
Well, yeah, for sure.
Because time capsules have been created by like individuals, families,
schools, communities. Yeah.
All over the world.
With their own unique stories to tell.
Exactly.
I read about a family who created a time capsule to celebrate the birth of their child.
Ah.
They filled it with mementos from the hospital, like baby clothes, photos of the family, a newspaper from the day the baby was born.
That's so sweet.
I know. And they plan to open it on their child's 18th birthday.
Oh, that's such a beautiful idea.
I know.
It's like a gift that keeps on giving.
I know.
It bridges that gap between childhood and adulthood.
It's a beautiful way to preserve those precious memories.
Yeah, and to share them as their child grows up.
It's like creating a legacy.
That's going to live on long after we're gone.
And that brings us to a crucial question.
Okay.
What do we want to leave behind for future generations?
That's a great question.
What messages do we want to send through our own time capsules?
That's a really good question.
It makes you think about what's truly important.
Yeah.
The values we want to pass on. Mm-hmm. The stories we want to share.
Yeah. What would you put in your time capsule?
That's a tough one.
I know, right?
I think I would include a mix of personal items and things that reflect the world today.
Yeah.
Like photos, letters, mementos that capture my relationships, but also objects that show what life is like right now.
Right, like the things that seem ordinary to us now.
Yeah, exactly.
But might be fascinating to people in the future.
Right. A bus ticket, a grocery list, even a selfie taken with your smartphone.
Totally.
Those seemingly insignificant things can give future generations a glimpse
into our world.
And if you're feeling really ambitious, you could even write a message to the future.
Ooh, a message to the future.
Yeah, sharing your hopes, your dreams.
Love it.
Your predictions for the world.
It's like sending a message in a bottle.
Yeah?
But across time.
I love it.
Yeah.
So whether you're creating a physical time capsule or a digital one through a platform like Capsulora, the act of preserving memories is incredibly powerful.
It's a way to connect with the past, the present, and the future.
Exactly.
And it's about celebrating the things that matter most to us.
Yeah.
The values, the relationships, the experiences that make us who we are. So we want to hear from you. What would you put in your time capsule?
Yeah, head over to Capsulora's Instagram.
And YouTube.
Yeah, share your ideas.
Join the conversation.
We'd love to hear from you.
And remember, no matter what you choose to include, make sure it reflects what's truly important to you.
Because ultimately, it's about preserving those precious moments, those stories, those connections that make life worth living.
For what matters most.